We are live from the All-American Plant and Reptile Expo, coming to you from the Redline Shipping booth. I got Skyler from Mountain Man Constrictors.
What's up, guys?
Last time.
We did.
Was it
September.
Yeah,
September.
Yeah, it's the fall show.
So thanks for having me back.
Yeah, definitely. I got to meet you and your partner, as well as your home partners, your life partners as well. And you guys were cool to hang out with. And
we try to be.
Well, you were. Yeah, it didn't feel like an effort either. It was good. It was a good hangout. You guys are out of Salt Lake City area?
Yeah, Salt Lake area.
Yeah. Okay. I'm always intrigued by logistics and how people get here and all that. How far of a drive is that for you?
Well, under normal conditions, it's like nine hours.
Yeah.
This time there was a road closure, so it took us like 11 hours. So that was awesome, but it was worth the drive.
Yeah, there's been some challenges. I was talking to JSA out of Minnesota. The airport was shut down for an hour and a half.
Oh, was it?
Night. Yeah, he took a late flight in last night, and they had to just wait in Minneapolis. Anyhow,
so I'm not the only one, at least.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You've vended. This is at least the second one you've vended. Is this the third one here?
So this is our second All-American Plant and Reptile Expo.
Okay.
And we love it. We're coming back.
What do you see in this one versus the last one that you did?
This is packed. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, it's packed. And I will say the quality of the animals seems better too. Everyone's really pulled out all the stops and brought their A game.
What's the craziest thing you've seen today?
Oh, the craziest thing. That's so hard to put a pin on it, but I will say something that I've been eyeballing is I actually started in boas.
Okay.
And I was really eyeballing a pair to make those the red dragons.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
So the red dragons, they're incredible. So they're an albino mixed with the blood.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so just like a red boa.
Yeah,
and they're just gorgeous.
Okay, cool. So you saw the ingredients here that you can get back to?
Yeah. Within that, like that same pair, I could hit on them. So I'm trying to talk myself out of doing it.
You gotta make.
But I'm like, oh, I've missed boas.
There's that crab. Somebody is selling.
There you go. Yes, yeah.
What are the?
There's zombie crabs.
What is a zombie?
I don't know, but they're so
either.
cool.
It's a crab like the size of a little football, like a little hutch football.
Yeah, and they've got like red eyes and stuff. They're so cool.
I gotta see if they still have them. I want to find out. I want to find out if they have any more or not. But it's a cool place. I've been saying all morning the cross of plant community, reptile, exotic pets is strong. Ed and Emily from Snake Discovery are here. And I got to actually give a real shout out to the promoters, Nick, Troy, Lauren, and Lisa. They've done a great job. Packing the house with potential buyers is their job. And so far, it seems like
it's incredible. They've really done a great job. And each time that we come back has just been better and better.
More, yeah.
Well, and I love that they are starting new shows in new cities. We're signed up to do their Scottsdale, Arizona.
Are you going down to the Scottsdale show?
Yeah. So it's gonna be like I think it's 31st of October through the 2nd of November.
That's a great market. I don't know about reptiles, but it's a great market. And if they don't, I know there's a Phoenix show that's pretty prominent, but I don't know about and Scottsdale's close. So, but anyway, that I would, if you were looking to vend in that area, I would absolutely check that out. How is the foot traffic translating for you? Doing any business today?
Yeah. So we're off we've seen some animals move. We also do like kit style enclosures. Like
we got to talk about that.
Yeah. So basically, we do hatchling kits for both my wife's crested geckos and our bull pythons.
Yep.
And it's basically just a Sterilite setup comes with a thermostat, comes with the heat mat, a little bit of ReptiChip bedding, a hide, and a water dish. And so it's really everything that you need to take them home and have them thrive.
Right.
And so the reason we came up with that, like we didn't reinvent the wheel here, but the reason we started doing that is because for years we would kind of explain this setup to them, and doing that to a novice,
it could feel overwhelming.
Exactly.
And it's just a hurdle that people. It's a good excuse not to buy a pet if you don't know how to take care of it.
Exactly.
However, it's also a hurdle to people not buying the pet.
Right.
And if you can eliminate that hurdle, then you're getting the business, you're getting their business, that relationship, the people they're going to tell it about. I thought it was great. We were talking about it yesterday at your booth, and it's, from a breeder or an established, experienced hobbyist, we understand that some of those tub setups are absolutely
Yeah.
adequate. It could be a little daunting telling somebody, no, go ahead and buy my snake and then just go to Walmart.
And then you got to go to Walmart, and then,
yeah.
Hey, go get a heat mat from over here. And
right.
So we've got it all in one place, and it makes the whole transition, one, into having this first-time reptile as a pet a lot less intimidating, and two, it's, we keep our ball pythons in racks.
Yep.
Because they, argue with me all that you want. They just tend to do better in
well
racks,
in that way,
and
so, they're going to translate to the tub better that way too.
Exactly. And so, like, prior to building out those kits, every single expo that we would do, I'd get one or two people, like usually like 2 weeks after they get a snake, and they're like, hey, it's not eating, or it didn't shed right, or whatever the case is. And I'm always asking, all right, well, send me pictures of your enclosure.
Right.
And they took like a brand new hatchling, and they've got it in like a 4-foot enclosure.
It's just not going to do well.
It's just not going to do well. And, since we did that, every time somebody picks up a snake and a kit, they just thrive.
Success,
like it's so much easier on me as the breeder and them as the new pet keeper. So overall it's been good, and we've been moving through those already. I don't know if I brought enough.
Yeah, well, that's a good problem.
Yeah.
You can always fix that problem rather than having too many left over.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about differentiating yourself, just being one slight bit better than the next person over. And that's a great example of how people can do that.
Yeah.
And it's attainable. If you're breeding snakes and selling snakes, you know how to set these things up that we're talking about. You could do that. It's a value add. You could do it at cost. You could try and make a little bit of money for your time if you want. But it's really about bringing more revenue on where it counts, which for us is the snakes generally.
Yeah, 100%. So it makes it a lot easier to make that decision when you're looking at the snake, and then they're thinking, hey, well, I got to spend a couple $100 on the snake. Now I got to spend a few $100s more on the setup. And a lot of people that especially are getting into it don't realize, like, they are a lot more simple than people make it out to be.
You just got to get them going.
You just get them established, get them feeding in their care. That's the first hurdle. Once they're doing all that, like, I'm not in any way against enclosures. Like, you want to deck out a nice, awesome enclosure, power to you. But first thing is, we want them eating and just doing well in your care.
Yeah, and to condition to the owner's behavior.
Exactly.
And people could stick those tubs directly into their great big 4-foot enclosure if they want.
Exactly.
Start it in there, get it acclimated. So
you just cut a hole in the lid. They'll start coming out as they want, and then as soon as you notice that they're not really ever in the box anymore, then do away with it altogether.
What kind of things have you brought today? What's kind of your spectrum of snakes that you brought?
Oh man,
today?
We brought a lot of stuff. A lot of really vibrant stuff. People are always loving the pieds and the bananas and stuff like that. And like we talked about last time,
man, they're undefeated.
Like I definitely have my project animals here. But realistically, what we've found, because we do a ton of expos. This is our 7th expo this year already. Right. And what we've found is probably 70% of my business is the aspiring breeder or the first time pet keeper or something like that. So we try to bring a lot of like the common fan favorites, the pieds, the bananas, the white snakes, so we brought a lot of that. But we brought a lot of like really nice high end stuff, like the Desert Ghost Clown Project.
Beautiful.
Some urban camo stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So
a little bit at both ends of the spectrum for you. Excellent. Where can people check out your inventory if they can't make it today?
So I'm on MorphMarket, just mountainmanconstrictors.com. Also, we've got all of the socials. Instagram is Constrictors, and you'll find a link in my bio to all of my what is it called? Linktree. So
perfect.
YouTube, TikTok, the works.
Okay, cool. And you got your phone with you if people want to message you on Instagram or anything today? It's not hard to connect these days. It's not hard to get in touch.
If there's anything that you do want, shoot me a message. I'll check it periodically, and I can put a hold on.
We even know somebody that we could get the snake to you.
Go figure.
Kind of crazy, right? Kind of weird. So, all right, perfect. Guys, check out Skyler at Mountain Man Constrictors. Great guy to do business with and to work with. I always look forward to hanging out with you.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm glad that we're doing this today. And we'll have to catch up on another episode sometime. But we actually are working some of the same projects and figuring out some kind of new stuff. So maybe we'll chum the waters with that one of these days and talk some more. So safe travels. Great job on the business. Keep it going today. And thank you as always. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Thanks, Skyler.
Thanks.
Just 1 second here.